Let's get the read from Maney, the National Taxpayers Union Senior Fellow. We also have Dave Maney joining us at Deep Digital. Dave, I'm wondering, you're seeing this and looking at it, and what the street reaction, they like it. To the Congressman's point, a lot of Republicans have rallied around this. Will it resonate at the polls in November? That's ultimately what this will be scored on, that voters reflect their positive views to this and their appreciation for this in November. Will they?
I think people are going to appreciate it, Neil. Look, I think the economy's humming along, and as we've talked about before, my own opinion is that humming alongness is more about the regulatory relief, which makes people like me, who are entrepreneurs, become more aggressive and feel that we're not fighting a huge headwind. The tax changes, I think, are adjustments around the edges, particularly for the big middle class, and so I don't think that's what's moving the dials. But when you look at what that means in November, it's, my guess is we're going to be going into a November election with people at the economy, and that's probably a break on that normal midterm snapback that's going to be coming at the Republicans.
All right. By the way, Maney is not here. I apologize for that. But back to you, Dave, on this subject of how it's being reflected in Wall Street. We knew that a lot of companies, this was going to be the first quarter which those tax cuts would factor into their numbers, and they are impressive. But if we now assume that we're going to see this 16 to 18% year-over-year return, and even with that, it won't be enough to follow through here. What is your sense of it?
You clearly have this upward pressure on interest rates that's going to be acting as a brake. Yeah, there was this kind of step function jump in corporate profits because of the tax changes, and that's great, and the market's revalued or revaluing for that. But now you come to this point where we're headed toward a 100% GDP to total national debt ratio, which is terrifying. And there's no economics class you can take in which that doesn't put upward pressure on interest rates. And upward pressure on interest rates is going to act as a significant barrier to consumer spending and housing investment. So there's the headwinds, in my opinion, are beginning, and the idea that it was all forward push on the tax cuts, that's just not right.
I'm wondering here, we're talking about interest rates that could back up, and that could derail a lot of this. It hasn't really happened yet. Of course, we haven't seen a dramatic backup in rates yet. That might be in the future. But if you had to play this by sector, Dave, how would you do it? Financials look strong. Technology stocks as a sector are suddenly coming back, Facebook notwithstanding. So if you had to place your money in this new market environment, whatever you want to call it, where would you be?
Neil, I've got a worldview that says that we're living through a significant economic revolution that's powered by information and technology, and it's going to keep happening. And the smartest people that I know from the technology business are all very much, in a quiet way, believe the phrase I would say is, you ain't seen nothing yet. So what we're seeing is platform development and tool development. And when those tools really kind of soak into the economy, the efficiencies and the changes and the dislocations, but the potential for corporate profits, in my opinion, you ain't seen nothing yet. So that's the idea that buoys it. And to me, that's a decent place to kind of place that faith or place that bet.
Dave, thank you very much. Good seeing you again, my friend.
Good to see you.